name is Raekwon Thomas, and I'm here today with three gentlemen and my co-host. My co-host name is Frankie Giss. He is the founder and the CEO of Hope Dealers Outreach. He started Hope Dealers Outreach to give back to the community when we first lost Trayvon Martin. When we lost Trayvon Martin, Frankie wanted to figure out how he can help wake the community and how to give back to the community. So today, I'm introducing my great friend, my brother, Frankie Giss, who's doing amazing things. And today he's here to motivate and elevate everybody. Frankie, I'm gonna mute myself and you have the floor, my brother.
Cool. Okay, I can start now.
You can start now.
Awesome. Okay. My name is Frankie Giss, founder of Hope Dealers Outreach, community activist, traveling motivational speaker. I'm a father of two beautiful children. I'm the soon-to-be husband of a wonderful young lady. I will be getting married in August. Um, let's get to it. 10 rules to self-discipline. Um, 10 rules to self-discipline. First, I want to deal with self-discipline. Um, when I first started, before I started Hope Dealers, before I got into activism, I was in the streets. I'm a former gang member. Um, I've done a lot of stuff in my life. I've robbed, I shot guns, I've, sold drugs. I have done so much. And the problem is that I didn't have any self-discipline. That's why everybody who would try to motivate me couldn't, because of the simple fact that I didn't have self-discipline. And so in order to, and this even ties into even now in your life, you don't have to be in the streets, you don't have to be doing negative things. You can be, whatever you are, you can be on the road to success. But if you don't have self-discipline, you will not be able to get to the top or elevate to the next level if you are not self-disciplined. So you got to take time out for yourself, and you have to have self-discipline in order to go to the next level. I'm reminded of a quote which is on the screen that says, "Keep cool when other people get hot. Things can get hot real quick." And when that happens, we start to go downhill with it. That's because there's no self-discipline. This is a season where a lot of us cannot allow other people to take us out of character, and allow other people to make us step out of character, because where we are going is better than where we've been. And where we are going is going to take a strong kind of self-discipline to be able to handle the cares of the world, to be able to handle all of the things people may say about you. You got to know, excuse me, you got to know your worth. And your worth is that you are great, you are going to be successful, you are destined for greatness. And if you know that about yourself, you got to have self-discipline. You can't get, when things get hot, you can't get hot with it. You can't let it go downhill. You cannot allow it to hinder you from the next level. So, what is it going to take? It's going to take self-discipline, maturity. You could go to the next slide. So self-discipline is the one of the key factors of success. Number two, there are three sides to every argument: your side, their side, the correct side. Let's focus on the correct side for a moment. What's the correct thing to do in the situation? Not what's right for you, not what's right for them, what's right, what's the correct side. We have to understand, for example, when I first um, had a team of people on my team, I had over 150 people when I first started. When I had these team of people, there was a situation that happened that required me not to look at my side, not to look at their side, but look at what's right. What's right, excuse me, what's right will always win. It's been a long week and a long day, so bear with me. What's right will always win. If you're taking good notes, what's right always wins. And not saying that speaking your truth isn't necessary. But what I am saying is your truth so necessary that you ignore the truth? Is your truth so necessary that you ignore the truth? The truth always wins. Lies never win. Your side will never win. Their side will never win. Why? Because truth always win. So as you go through life and as you begin to embark upon these different things that you all would do, you have to remember that it's not about your side. It's not about their side. It's about what's right and what's correct. And what's correct must be poured out into the community. Decision emotion. Never make a decision based on emotion. This is very important. React versus respond. When you react to something, you're making a decision based on emotion. When you respond to something, you make the decision based on logic. React versus respond. If you respond before you're able to encounter your reaction, you will fail. I have opened my mouth at the wrong time, at the wrong place, because at the wrong people, because I didn't give my reaction time. Because a reaction is something that you process, and a reaction only brings out the response. So maybe if I wouldn't have allowed my response to go ahead of my reaction, there would have been some different decisions that I would have made because of the simple fact that response shouldn't go before reaction. Reaction then respond. So when you are making decisions, never make a decision based off your emotions. Never make a decision based on how you're feeling. Make decisions based off what's right. That goes back to self-discipline. That goes back to doing what's right. And that's how your decisions must be made, is made off what's right. Decisions should be made off what's right, not for how you feel. Because how you feel is only a moment. Feelings last only a moment. Feelings are not permanent. The only feeling that's probably permanent in certain lives is love. Some love is not permanent. Some love is temporary. You could be together 40 years, doesn't mean you're going to be together forever. That's not longevity love. That's temporary. No matter 40 years, if you end in 40 years, that's not a long time. That's temporary. A long time is even after 40 years. You continue, you die together. That's love. That's longevity. So you must understand, when you make these decisions, it shouldn't be based off a feeling that's only for a moment, because you're upset, because you're mad, because you're sad, because you're happy. No, that will not work, because the way you're feeling today, you may not feel like that tomorrow. So make decisions based off what's right, not based off a feeling that lasts a moment. You can go to the next slide. Treat everyone wealthy. Treat all individuals as if they were a wealthy relative from which you are expected to be in their will. Treat everyone as if they're wealthy. Treat everyone as if they are wealthy. And wealthy doesn't always mean money. Wealthy can mean rich in spirit, rich in love, right? And so rich in mind and body. So that's wealthy. You have to treat people the way you want to be treated. When loving you is hurting me, that's when I have to let you go. So watch who you treat wealthy, because if they don't have the mindset of a wealthy person, you could treat them like that all day. They will never be able to accept it, because their mindset is not where it's supposed to be. Their mindset is somewhere else, and that goes back to self-discipline. So treat everyone wealthy, treat everybody right, treat everybody like family. One thing about me, even if you do me wrong, I still love you. Even if you do me wrong, I'll still be nice to you. Even if you do me wrong, I will still treat you like you're wealthy. Why? Because at the end of the day, every man, every woman makes mistakes. They do things, but it doesn't determine, it shouldn't determine whether they should be able to be treated nicely, fairly, or whatever. So always treat people wealthy. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Treat people with love and respect. And also remember, when you're treating people wealthy, you got to have a wealthy mindset. Because if your mindset is not wealthy, you can't treat somebody wealthy if you don't feel wealthy. You can't tell somebody they can be wealthy if you don't feel like you could be wealthy. A broke mind only gonna speak broke things. So that's why it's very important for you to have self-discipline, and be able to identify where you are in your life, period. Not based off how you're feeling, as we talked about before, is emotions, but based off just because it's the right thing to do. There ain't no other word that I can say. There's nothing else I can say. Is you supposed to treat people regardless the right way. Period. That's in life. That's in business. That's in anything that you do. You treat people with respect. You treat people wealthy, and I promise you, the way you treat somebody else, they're gonna treat you that same way. You could go to the next slide. Opportunity. That's one of my favorite words. Opportunity. Look for a seed of equivalent benefit in every unpleasant circumstance. Every adversity comes with a seed of opportunity. That's a word all by itself. I don't have to say much more on that. Everything that we go through, there is always a testimony coming. Everything that we go through is for a reason. In order to get something you never had, you got to do some things you never done. I tell people that all the time. In order to get something you never had, you got to do some things you never done. Sometimes it is going to be uncomfortable, but uncomfortable only is a breathing room for opportunity. Because when you're uncomfortable, for example, if you're in the bed and you're laying in an uncomfortable state, you move out of that place into another place. And that's what happens in life. If you're somewhere and you feel uncomfortable, you feel unappreciated, that's why it's only because there's better for you, and you are only giving yourself the short end of the stick to only accept the uncomfortability. And so, if you are not able to embrace the uncomfortable, you will never be able to identify the opportunity. So take the uncomfortable as the breathing ground for opportunity. Every uncomfortable place has a place of opportunity. Every place that is dark has a place that is about to be light. Every because darkness don't last always. The sun has to rise and the sun has to shine. So therefore, you must understand that adversity comes with a seed of opportunity. So go through whatever you have to go through, push through, fight through, cry, laugh, whatever you have to do, you must not give up. Have self-discipline. Don't allow your emotions to get the best of you. And you fight, focus, and finish because of the simple fact that adversity is the breathing ground for opportunity. Period. Next slide.